week. You absolutely blew us away with your love of the cosmetic bag. So we did these in a waterproof fabric. Didn't we, Gemma? Say good morning to everybody.
We did. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. And we did these, and our printer is just, she's rather impressed by this situation. So thank you, everybody, for supporting, because you're not only supporting us, you are supporting another small British business, which we like. We like a lot. So thank you for that. When you buy these pre-printed panels, you are supporting not one but two businesses, which we like. Hooray! And these are currently exclusive to Natasha Makes, even if I am throwing them on the floor.
Yeah, don't do that.
So, here's the thing. You loved them in the waterproof that much that I took a bit of a gamble, didn't I, Gemma?
You had a punt.
Took a punt. I did take a bit of a punt. And my punt was this, that if you loved them in the waterproof, then you might also love them in the velvet. Now, the velvet panels needed to be slightly different with regards to, we're not going to line them in velvet because that's just going to be weird if you're putting your makeup and stuff in a velvet. Like, that's just not going to work. Yeah. Outside, velvet, perfect. Cotton on the inside. So, what we've done with these is that you will get the panels, and I'll show you in a minute. It's quite long-winded, bear with me, we'll get there. Okay, so, same. Set of 4 panels, this time with 4 long quarters of coordinating planes, which is way more than you need, by the way. Way more. But it means that you can then do a coordinating cotton lining. You still get your zips and you still get your zip pulls. If you want to upgrade your zip pulls to something a bit swanky, let me show you my swanky zip pulls. Hang on. Yeah, I've got little dragonflies on mine. How sweet is that?
Makes all the difference.
Do you know what? It's just that little attention to detail, isn't it?
Yeah.
So for example, and I don't know how many of these have sold because I didn't check stock. I know all the bows went on the zip pulls. The flowers, the little flowers that I added on there onto my William Morris, I think they've nearly sold out. I don't know about these. I'm just getting up to packing these orders. Let me tell you guys, progress on packing, I'm getting there. It takes a little bit more time with these because I have to cut every single one to order. Now, with the Pussycats, what I didn't load last week, and which we have now, or are in the process of loading, are the Pussycat zip pulls. It's a lucky dip again. You know how we had the lucky dip last week with the flowers and the butterflies and the everything else? These Pussycats are a lucky dip. So they're rather lovely. They are rather lovely. So this is the velvet version. Now, they have a softer finish. The waterproof ones with the waterproof lining, they stand up and they maintain their shelves. You can always add interfacing if you wish. I haven't, so that you can see what they look like. But I'm happy with a softer finish on a velvet.
Yeah.
I don't mind that. That is not a problem for me. But if it's a problem for you, then just pop some interfacing. I would interface your lining. And it does say that in the instructions, by the way.
It most certainly does. I've been tapping at those this morning.
Yes, because the instructions are written, because one of you said, oh, but this is going to be slightly different. So can we have another set of instructions? Of course you can. Of course you can. And then, do you know what else, Gemma? Someone put on our Facebook page, I'd just like to see a zip put in easily. I was like, wow, you come to the right place here. We don't fuff about with zips.
No, we don't fuff about with zips.
We do not fuff about with zips. So, without further ado, let me explain about the stock on these. So, as you know, our printer is off on her hollybobs. She's not doing a small holiday, she's doing a big holiday. She's going to be away for the best part of 3 weeks. So, I have taken a punt. Oh, we started to talk about my punt, right? Oh, that sounds wrong. And so my punt was I've pre-ordered these in velvet. I haven't ordered loads and loads, but I have ordered some for today. So get your order in if you want them. There's no pressure. If you order them now, they are due in today because they were printed on Friday. Okay, so as soon as I get them cut, and I took another 45 parcels to the post office this morning, and I've been drip feeding them in every day. So they are getting out there to you.
Yes.
So just bear with me, we're getting there. If you would like the William Morris button velvet with coordinating, then you can do that. But like I say, when they're gone, they're gone. I can't get any more printed for 3 weeks. So we will be able to get more at some point. But if you want them now, Josh is away this week. So I have all my evenings free to cut everything. And get packing. So I will get caught up this week. And I have to because I'm away at the weekend. So that's the thing. How will these look when they come to you? I know you want to know. Oh, there's a lot of woofity.
I was going to say, we can hear, well, I can hear on the phone. As to whether the viewers can hear, I do not know. But Miss Mabel's having a right old word.
Or even Minnie.
Going on in your oh, gosh, sorry. I do this all the time because she looks more like her by the day.
I know.
But yeah, she'll be having a word because they're doing work on your lane today, aren't they?
Well, they're meant to be. Yes, they are meant to be. So this is how they will arrive with you. So they will arrive with you with the outer pre-printed. And we're doing them in the sets of 4s because I'm not faffing about cutting up individual ones. No. That ship has sailed, quite frankly, because you bought in such volume, and only a couple of you bought them as just one. Everybody else took advantage of the mega deal on all of them. So if you would like these in Le Velvet, then please do go for it. And we have put coordinating yellow, I think it's sunshine, cyan, pomegranate and something else in blue. So anyway, I've found these colours in planes and popped those in for you. And you can see on this one how beautifully that works. So that's the thing. Now, what you didn't see last week, I've got a dodgy zip on this one. Whee! Oh no, I haven't. I've just caught something in there. The Pussycat wash bags, cosmetic bags. Well, I hadn't made up any from that range. They're rather gorgeous. So if you're going for the Pussycat ones, just bear in mind that we will find you a coordinating plain that colour. So you will get this in velvet, that in velvet, and that as a plain. There's the black cat there. There's the white cat. Oh, they're going to be quite cross all day, aren't they, my animals?
I'm going to say yes.
And then there's also this one here in navy. In the navy. So that's what we've got for you today. I realise that this is a little bit combobulating, confusing, but just bear with, it will make sense. Probably when you get them. That's what I'm going for. Ooh, do you know what? I might do this one today. Or do I? No, I'm not going to. No, I'm going to do... Sorry, I'm just planning which one to do. The B. I'm going to do the B because I've got a B zip ready to go. Oh, look at that. But this is how, this is how they will come, and then obviously with their planes. Now the other option for you were, the William Morris. You loved the William Morris so much that I made up every single one of the William Morris. So you could have these but in velvet, these styles.
Fabulous.
Oh, well, they're great, aren't they?
Yeah.
So you can have those. And then the last option for you, like I say, we do not have loads of these. We're the artist collection. And again, I will find you coordinating fabrics for the Van Gogh. So I'll find you the blue, I'll find you the green for the Monet. I already know which blue that's going to be. That one for the water lilies and that for the Clint. And that's what we've got for you. So these panels, as we had last week, but this time in velvet. And then we can't do panels for another few weeks until our printer is back off her hollybobs. And it's a very well earned hollybob. By which time we'll be able to bring you that Duchess satin. But that just needs a few bits and bobs adding to it. So we're not going to rush that one.
No.
Now, the difference with these... What did I put there? There we go. If you... Oh, by the way, if you wanted to go for... We've only got a handful of the... what are they called, Gemma? The rainbow of... The rainbow of colours that I've got stood behind me.
The batik?
Yes, the batiks. We've only got like 5 sets of those left. Very, very few. Very, very few.
Well, they were at a cracking price.
Oh, no, they were. Right, can I show you just...
Or are, even.
Yeah. So, with these, you actually only need a tiny, tiny bit of these. But you're going to use your outer to be your template. So you can either put them like that and they fit, and you can just cut them like that, and then you have, well, you have loads left, or you can do it this way if you feel more comfortable doing it that way. But you're going to use these and then double up, so I've got 2 layers there. But that's what you need to do with these. So it's a slightly different setup with these. But none of it, Gemma, is beyond the wit of man.
No.
No.
Yay.
In fact, if it were me, I would be making a template of these anyway, so that I could then use it for any other fabrics that I had lying around the place.
Well, quite.
Oh no, can you now hear a disgruntled Malcolm?
I can't.
Can you not? Oh, thank goodness, because he's really cross about something as well.
Is he yowling?
He is yowling outside the window.
Oh, is it in a really pathetic voice, bless him?
It's in a cross, ginger tabby cross voice. It's all going on today.
He has got quite a well, it's not even timid voice. The first time we heard his meow, we all laughed.
Do you remember what we used to call him?
Yeah, I do.
We used to call him David, and it feels a little bit inappropriate now because of the whole Beckham thing going on. But we used to call him David because he's so blinking handsome, and then he opens his voice, he opens his mouth, and this little
it doesn't
comes out.
It doesn't match, does it? It doesn't match the face.
It doesn't match. No, it does not match. By the way, if you want, you can always do your zip ends out of cotton if you don't want to do it out of velvet. But we'll do it out of velvet because we've got it in velvet. Yeah, no, it doesn't match.
No, the face
it really
and the
doesn't match.
Don't match. And yeah.
Do you know what, Gemma? If I ever worried about oversharing on Tinternet about my family, Brooklyn Beckham's just made me feel all better about myself. There's oversharing and then there's that, isn't there? Like complete assassination of your poor parents.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Poor David and Victoria.
Regardless of fault, it's not very British, is it?
It's not very British, no.
Go washing your laundry in public.
Oh, he's flashed it all over the place.
We do. We don't do this, washing his laundry in public.
It's like he's been getting lessons from Prince Harry. Goodness me. You'd think at a certain age, wouldn't you, that kids would just stop giving you the runaround, and yet no.
Here we are.
Apparently not. Yes, anyway, we digress. So, yes, Malcolm,
Great.
aka David,
Yeah.
is meowing very loudly outside the window. And he's not going to come in because he's not allowed in here. But he is quite cross because he was let out this morning to go and be a cat, and he's not been allowed back in to be, well, pampered, basically.
Oh dear, Malcolm.
We've had a weekend of pampering pets, basically, because I had to...
Sorry, I'm still laughing about what you told me earlier. Good night, Jim Bob. Please tell everyone. I'm going to mute because I'm going to laugh again.
This is the ridiculousness that is my life. I'm just chopping these out, by the way, just so that you know, because otherwise I get told off for not telling everybody what I'm doing whilst I'm doing it. So I've got 2 outers, 2 zip ends, 2 lining fabrics, and then we're going to put our zip tab on our zip, if I can find it. I did have it here. And then I'm going to fold over these ends, fold them up in half, and then those ends into there. I'm going to clip them onto the end of my zip and then sew them down. In the meantime, so this weekend the horses trashed the ducks' fencing because they keep wanting to get in to eat the ducks' food, because clearly my horses have an identity situation and they identify as ducks. So so suddenly Dave the duck is running round in the mud in the fields. And I'm like, oh no. So I have to come up with a better living situation for the ducks. Why does that not want to go in there? Come on. Oh, there we go. Which means giving the chickens a new living situation. And so I built them a new house out of a tin shed. For some reason I cannot do this morning. What's going on? So I built them a new house out of a tin shed, and Josh helped me put in a new perch and everything for them, and they've got little nesting boxes down the bottom and everything else. So they are all set up and good and ready to go. I'm just going to go and get a normal... Oh, hang on, let me try this one. I don't know why it doesn't want to play today. I think it's just me. And so we're all good. However, the new living quarters for said chickens rather, the perch is a little higher than they're used to. So I now have to, at night, the chickens run to me, bless them, because, you know, they were hand reared from a day old. They run to me. I then have to pick them up and put them on their perch. And so they all line up, bless them, on their little perch. And that is now where they sleep at night. And then in the morning, they can either jump off, or I will beautifully hand them down, and off they run out into their new area to go off and play for the day. And
so I've got a view. Night, Jim Bob. Night, Sue Ellen.
That's basically how it goes.
They've been a little peck on the head, each one.
They are ridiculous. Bless those little girls. And then as for the ducks, they were ridiculous because we had to put a new floor in their duck house because the other had rotted, and we had to move it and put it into the old chicken area. And so they've got a new, and of course we've had it so that it now sticks out a little bit underneath.
Oh dear.
So they, of course, were like, oh, this is a new thing. We can't possibly stand on the new thing.
No.
So I let the dogs out for a pee, and I'm like, why is Demelza still honking like a good one? Demelza, Dave's wife, she's got a goodly honk on her, hasn't she? Like that.
She has the kind of
duck can honk.
Been smoking 40 a day for the past 20 years.
I mean, like, seriously, serious honk on her.
Yeah.
And she's just sat next to her paddling pool, having a good old honk, and looking a bit muddy and a bit cross and a bit damp. I'm like, oh, for goodness sakes. So they all had to be picked up and put in their new house, carried across the threshold of their new floor. And of course this morning they don't want to come out because they're like, oh, it's nice and cosy in here, thanks. Right, a little run of tape. So whoever it was that was saying, I don't know how to do zips, put your zip pull on. I think I've got a dud there or just a tight. I don't know. I'm going to investigate. I don't know why I can't do that one. That's going to annoy me. But you know when you have a go at something a couple of times and then you just get annoyed and go, well, I'll look at that later. And as soon as there's not a camera on me, it'll be fine.
Well, probably, yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to put a bit of zip tape on. Not probably, Gemma. Always. That's how it always goes.
Yeah, it does.
And we're going to centre it so that there is a gap either side so that you do... Oh, that shows up nicely, doesn't it? So that you don't have to sew through the zip ends, okay? So when you say, I want a nice simple way to put on a zip, here you go. Now, you could use a pre-made zip here, by the way. You could. But you don't have to. It's all good. Oh, that's Lisa messaging me with an update of where our stuff is.
Well, funnily enough, we did have a message saying how long till Lisa Chandler hits our shores.
Well,
it's on
its way. It's been sent Aussie post.
Yeah.
And it's on its way. If you are going to interface anything, I would interface the lining, by the way. I wouldn't interface the velvet necessarily. It's up to you. But if you wanted to, I haven't interfaced anything. But if you wanted to, and then just sew that down. Oh look, we're on that angle. That means that you can see exactly where I'm sewing. And it's all good. So the difference between this one and last week's is only in using the outer one as a template.
Yes.
That's it. It's not, there isn't anything. Mondays tend to be quicker shows. And then I can crack on with packing up all your goodies.
Yeah. Oh,
We've got admin on a Monday, haven't we, Gemma?
We do, lots of admin. Julia's hoping that Monday is going to go quickly, I think, bless her. She's not having a good Monday. She's got shingles, bless her.
Oh, no.
Horrific.
Oh, that's no fun.
Not fun. Not fun at all. And we send you gentle hugs.
Oh, we had another viewer had shingles. Really nasty.
My Meg had shingles when she was 7. The doctor couldn't believe it, had to go and get another doctor, and they came in and said, no, it's definitely shingles. The youngest case I've seen in 40 odd years, but it is.
Wow, we're going to do exactly the same on the top, by the way.
It's painful. Bless her.
It really is. Oh, yeah. Poor thing.
Laura is on countdown to their return from Thailand.
Well, I was going to say, if you'd just like to high-five our printer on the way out to Thailand, that would be great. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, beautiful. I love Thailand. I would very happily live there. I don't know how my horses would feel about that.
Never been. I'd like to go. Never been.
I went 6 weeks after the tsunami. So we're talking over 20 years ago now, which was an amazing time to go. Because I went out primarily, I had a friend that ran a dive school out there. So I went out, I was booked to go out to dive. And of course all that happened and I was like, well, maybe I can help. So still, you know, kept with my plans to go. And on the plane, they said that anyone trying to help would be thrown out the country. That what they wanted was the tourism to get themselves back on their feet. Yeah. So I had the beaches all to myself. And it was just amazing. Like all of their, because you don't even think about the infrastructure, all the wires, all the electricity cables, everything. They just hoiked them back up on new sticks. We'd still be doing health and safety assessments. Yeah, they'd just hoiked them up on sticks and carried on. But just the resilience and the kindness and the generosity of the people was just amazing. I can't imagine having that much adversity and still being welcoming and lovely. They were just amazing. And I saw a ceremony that I had assumed was a wedding because it was so beautiful and bright and colourful. Yeah. No, it wasn't. It was a funeral.
Oh wow!
And it just really made me rethink how we do them. I think that, you know, thanks to old Queen Victoria, we're all a bit dark and dirgy and what have you when we do a funeral. But theirs was a celebration of life. And I thought, well, how lovely, actually. That's how I would rather do it, is have a bright celebration. And if you can throw in an elephant, then great.
Well, quite.
Not everyone can. I do understand this. But if you can throw an elephant at my funeral, that would be amazing. Just saying.
It might be a bit of a out here.
Bit of a stretch.
Bit of a stretch to get. Imagine it in the crematorium or wherever. I'm sure. Yeah, health and safety would have field day with an elephant being present, wouldn't they?
I know. We've got my nan's funeral in a couple of weeks. Talk about end of an era. Last week was not the best week. And
there have been hugs sent to you, by the way, today.
Sorry.
There have been hugs sent to you, by the way.
Oh, thank you. It's proper end of an era stuff. So last week I lost Quest, my horse of 26 years, and then a couple of days later my nan, and she was in her 90s. Like, don't get me wrong. If a life needed to be lived, she's lived it.
And she was fabulous as well.
She was ridiculous. Yeah.
I said, oh, she was a game old bird. Because
she was a game old bird. And she taught me to ballroom dance. She always sewed her own dresses. So they would always have the full whirly thing whenever she did a fling. And up until a couple of months ago, she was still wearing them and twirling for all the old men in the old people's home that she'd moved into once my granddad died. They were the ones that had Half Pint, my cat, who used to pine for me when we had the warehouse. And Nanny Mew was outraged because for her 90th birthday what she wanted was a cat, and none of the cat charities would give her a cat because she was 90. And I had Half Pint sitting on the doorstep waiting for me to come home every day, who was 15. And I'm like, come on, let's just match this up properly, shall we? This isn't about me or my needs. This is about what's best for the cat and what's best for Nanny Mew and Grandad. So, and they renamed her Happy because she made them happy. You can't argue with that, can you?
No. And we called her HP, so HP Happy.
Yeah, well, yeah, she was Half Pint because when I got her from the cat's rescue place, they said, take her home, we don't expect her to last the night, just give her a cuddle. She went on for 18 years.
She did.
I've never known a cat snot as much as this one. She had cat flu, residual cat flu all her life.
Yeah.
She was disgusting. I loved her dearly, but she was gross. She really was, though, wasn't she?
Regularly sneeze across my laptop, and I was like, oh God, how do we get that flicking?
Pass me a baby wipe. She was gross. And it used to set like concrete. I remember chipping it off walls and having to repaint walls whenever we moved because Half Pint would have sneezed up them. I'm like, this is disgusting. But you can't put a cat to sleep just because she sneezes, so we just had to put up with it.
It was a bit gross. No.
She was gross. She was totally gross, but they loved her and she made them happy. So that was the end of that. But so they had 5 cats at one point, and I just remember my granddad and I used to sit and make things out of Meccano with wheels and trailers and stuff. And Misty, their British Blue, used to sit in the back of whatever trailer we made and just be wheeled around their sitting room. And they had a Siamese called Simba who wasn't theirs. But I don't know if you know about Siameses. Hang on, I'm going to sew down both long sides, starting from the outer onto the lining. So Siamese, when they're a bit like Arab horses. So when my Arab decided that I was her person, that's it. We have an unbreakable bond. Forget it. I can never sell her. She's stuck with me. I'm stuck with her. That's it. We are each other's. And if a Siamese decides that you are their person, well, that's it. You are their person.
Right.
And despite the fact that Simba did not belong in any way, shape or form to my granddad, Simba decided that my granddad was indeed his person.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. My granddad used to take this cat back numerous times to his owners down the road, and the owners were out at work all day, and my granddad was retired, and this cat adored my granddad, and he wouldn't let him in the house. So him and Simba used to spend hours up in my granddad's train shed, because he had a shed up the back of the garden for his trains, And I need to make sure that zip's open. Oh, it is. Well done, me. And and he had a little hatch. The cat could. It was like a cat flap, but then the trains could come out of it as well. And do a lap of the shed and come back in again. So my dad and my granddad and Simba would be up the shed. Nanny Mew would invariably be icing something. She was amazing. Like, my mum has inherited my skills for baking generally. She can bake a mean Christmas cake, but generally for birthday cakes, Nanny Mew would create this incredible whatever it was, and she'd spend weeks making individual flour. They were just like, her sugar skills were amazing, and so she just used to do that. That is a kind of proper end of era stuff, really, and you realise that you've just moved up a generation. Yeah, and it's a bit strange. That's the last of the grandparents. Yeah, and she was a step nan. She wasn't. But and I grew up thinking, so my granny, my blood granny, was married to a man called Derek, and my blood granddad was married to Nanny Mew, and I thought everybody had a Nanny Mew and a Derek. I didn't understand. I don't know. I just thought everyone had a Granny and Derek. But no, it turns out they didn't. And it's funny, isn't it, how children have this view of the word. It's like, that's how that is. Let me show you both ways, again, to do these corners. So box bottoms, you can just pull them apart. Sorry, we don't. There's me saying sometimes we overshare, and they're massively oversharing everything.
He had comments to say how they love hearing about your life. It was more for the chicken story earlier, but I love hearing the stories of your life was the comment we had earlier. So
my chickens are ridiculous. I love them. I love them very dearly. And do you know what? They're great layers. They're high lines, and they're basically bred for breeding, for eggs. That's it. They don't go broody. They're not like my mum's. My mum's bantams spend most of their lives thinking that they might want to sit and like just not seeing daylight for weeks on end because they're sitting on non-existent eggs because they didn't bother laying any in the first place. Whereas these girls, they're like machines. Absolute machines. And they're so friendly. They're so friendly. I found one bimbling up the garden the other day with Reuben. I'm like, is this okay? Great Dane and a chicken. Just bimbling together. I'm going to say okay. Had it been a guinea pig, I would have said no. We're going to sew across there.
That's true. But they dare to squeak like a squeaky toy. So,
squeak like a squeaky toy. Yeah.
They're fast trouble, really, aren't they?
They are. So, Butterscotch, the bunny, he's got a really, really, really long run. He's got it takes up the whole width of the garden. And he's got this really, really long run. And Minnie runs the whole length of it. And he runs with her. Not in front of her as if she's chasing him, but he just runs next to her. And I'm just like, is this normal? Are we not are we normal? Is this? I don't know. And I think when I was showing someone photos of, you talked about Mabel, our previous spaniel, earlier. When Dave the duck was a duckling, Josh hatched him, and he was desperate for Dave to imprint on him. I don't know if you know about ducks, but whoever they see first, they generally tend to imprint on, and that's their mum.
Yeah, and wanted to be the mum.
Josh wanted to be chief mother ducker. That was what he wanted. To the extent that he shielded Dave's gaze from me, so that he wouldn't see me. I know what you're doing, Josh. I know what you're doing. And he's like, I just need to be his mum. I'm like, right, okay. But of course, what he hadn't planned on was the fact that Mabel was in full sight of Dave. And Dave imprinted on Mabel, our spaniel, and they went everywhere together. So during our shows, I would look out the window and I would see Josh, Mabel, Dave the duck, and normally Sausage, because Sausage, our Shetland, he ignored all fencing and just free-ranged round everywhere. I would just see
Sausage.
The four of them, I know, it's ridiculous, isn't it? The four of them just marching up the garden together. And I was just like, is this normal? Is it?
I'm going to say normal's overrated.
Yeah.
It really is. Yeah, it really is.
And I did say to Josh, and you're going to have to excuse my language, but I do quote him verbatim here. I was like, oh, what's it like living with me? You know, giving him an opening to say something nice and romantic. But no, instead, what he said was chaos interspersed with 7 different sorts of shit. I was like, oh, okay. I mean, it's accurate, but okay.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And having mucked out 7 different sorts of this weekend, I'm like, oh yeah, no, that is our life. There it is. Good-o.
Accurate. Well.
Accurate. So if we ever get a new pet, it's not, oh look, we've got a new pet. It's like, oh, it's now 8 sorts.
But we do share the madness of your place. I mean, earlier when Malcolm was having his moan and his yowl, as much as I couldn't hear him, apparently Sue says Holly heard it and started shouting at her laptop because she doesn't like cats.
Amazing.
Holly the dog was having a word.
I love that. Malcolm in the Midlands can upset Holly and Lou. That's a beautiful thing. Yeah. Whereas actually, little Bella is used to Malcolm, so she wouldn't mind. Right, so let's show you the other way to box the bottoms. So you can either box the bottoms, go round each one, that's fine. And I think this one is worth showing again because this one ties the 2 together. So it means that the lining never comes away, never comes undone or anything like that. So you just align the bottom and the side seam as we would. And I would just pop a little clip in there. And then we're going to do the lining the same. And then what you want to do is just push this middle seam out the way and line one up on the other. Okay? So just push that out the way and line one on top of the other. And just clip it in place. And then you sew through both layers. So you can get your hand in between there and just make sure nothing's twisted or anything like that. But just fold one on top of the other. That's it.
Fabulous.
And the only reason I show you that again is because a few weeks ago I did this and I somehow got it twisted. So now I'm super paranoid about showing everyone the right way. You can see there, nothing is twisted. It's just one and the other placed right on top with that in between. Does that make it really clear?
Let's see what everyone says. I think so.
You think so?
No.
And it's just a different way. It's just a different way to do it. That's the way to do it.
Oh, you're not the only one to pamper your animals, Tash. Nikki says one of my greyhounds has ripped his Achilles tendon, so there's all kinds of odd pampering going on just to keep Joe from putting his foot down as much as possible. I love that she has a greyhound called Joe.
Brilliant. Just brilliant. And you forget because like when I talk about Eric, my old dog, and people are like, who's Eric? Like, well, Eric was my Great Dane. Like, Eric. Like, yeah, Eric. What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
There we go. That's it made. So you would just then, Joe. I do like a dog to have a proper name.
Yes.
I really do.
Yeah. Megan says, clear as mud, only joking. Yes, I'm going to do this now.
Okay,
so yes,
perfect.
Yeah.
it just stops linings flapping. Nobody wants a flappy lining.
No.
Do they? No. It's not a thing.
Prevent some flappage, that's good.
Yeah. We are going to have a sample sale this week. Aren't we, Gemma?
Yeah.
Because they've crept up again. Got a whole load. And also, it gives us time to catch up on all the patterns and everything. So we're going to do that this week. And then I've got some lovely new corduroy in. Have we ever had corduroy? I don't think we have.
No, I don't think we have actually. I'm looking forward to it.
So that is your velvet. And I like it because you've got these little bits at the zip ends. And just get your fingers in on these zip ends and just oik 'em out. I've had them done specifically as a contrast colour.
Yeah.
So that they do. And like I say, if you want to add an interfacing, then you can. If you want the softer look, then you're good. It's up to you, isn't it? It is up to you, but I would add the interfacing to the lining. But there they are.
Fabulous. Love them.
Oh, they're just beautiful, aren't they? Because my thought was, if you're doing the bags or anything like that, then you would then whip out your cosmetic bag out of and it matches. That was where I went with these.
It's so nice to think as well. You'll be able to have, if you want to get both the French Velvet and the waterproof cosmetic bag, that you could, one is your wash bag and one for your your makeup.
Well, brushes or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Making one brush than the other. Oh, be great.
I've just bought some new makeup, and it's just in little. It's really easy. It's just like little things, and you just roll it on your face. And so there's no brushes, or you've got a blender brush that you blend it out with, but they're only like little things like that, and they don't have. You get like the messy nozzle of your foundation bottle. There's none of that. Because it's just like a big lipstick.
Oh, well, that's good, isn't it?
Pour it on my face, rub it in, jobs are good.
Well,
so they would go beautifully in here.
Susan says your bags are lovely. She also is reassuring us that the alternative arrangements around walking with animals is not just a you thing. She says we had 4 Jacob sheep, I would walk up the field with the animals and it would be sheep, spaniel, sheep, and bull terrier at the rear.
Yeah. And we always used to have a cat bringing up the rear as well. That would be when I was little. Willy Wally Walrus, Big Banana Feet. He always used to come for a goodly walk with us. He loved to come for a dog walk. He used to walk all over the South Downs with us when we lived down in Sussex. But yeah, he was a good walker. So we used to have a Great Dane, a Lurcher and a Spaniel, and then Willy Wally Walrus, Big Banana Feet following. He was Wally for short. Have I lost you, Gemma? Are you there? Oh, I might have lost her. Are you still there? Oh no, you're busy reconnecting. This is the joy of today's signal. It's all a little bit crazy. I'll ring her back and she can tell me that my animals have ridiculous names. Oh no, here she is. Hello.
Got cut off, didn't I?
I was just expecting some sort of abuse over my ridiculous animal names.
Oh dear, honestly. And I missed the important part of that then, so yeah, can't
take the mix, so growing up, we used to walk over the downs because our garden gate opened onto the South Downs Way, and so we'd have Emily, our Great Dane, Jake, our Lurcher, who was as big as a Great Dane, and then Hannah, my Spaniel, and then Willy Wally Walrus, Big Banana Feet, and occasionally Sushard, Shennecat Sushard, our Burmese, who used to come with us. So,
nice. I like Sushard though.
Sushard. Well, he was a chocolate point Burmese.
Fabulous.
So he was my brother's. He was my brother's 10th birthday present, and Hannah the Spaniel was my 7th birthday present.
Oh, see, look, and you've never forgotten.
No, never. I think I've got a dodgy zip pull here.
And yet, if you'd have bought some cosmetics... Well, we had someone asking earlier, are you sure you're not trying to put a size 5 on some size 3 or something like that?
Oh, probably. Just, no, there we go. There we go. No, it's just me being me.
And that's an important point, actually, is if you are buying zip tape and zip pulls, do make sure your sizes match.
Yeah,
because otherwise it won't go well for you.
Yeah, just make sure they match. Somebody said, well, can't I use a size 5 on a size 3? No. And this is just a bit of housekeeping, really. The difference is this is where they're measured. So a size 5 or a size 3, you can get size 8s as well. And it's the width.
We don't do size 8s, but they are available.
Yeah, the width of the teeth. So that's 5 mil across there, and the 3 is a 3 mil. So obviously the gap on this needs to be 5 mil. And I can see on this there is just something stuck in there. I need to get that out. That's why it's not going through. So yeah, it is just a matter of that. But these ones, these are the same pulls that we've got on here, and they're really lovely.
Beautiful.
They're really lovely. What else did I use the other day with those? Oh, the flower one. And they're a nice. They're just a nice, lovely. What you get in your kits, you get these ones. So if you want to, and this is why we've sold so many of these and the tassels and everything else, because if you want to upgrade and add a slightly more swanky pull, then you can. Oh, do you know what I've just noticed? Look, I had a bit of.
Makes it a little more bougie, Tash.
Bougie? Oh, we love a bit of bougie, don't we? Lovely.
Well, yes, but not everyone does, so we've given you what you need.
Yeah.
And then if you want to add your little bougie little flair here and there, that's all up to you.
Yeah. So tomorrow, I think, should we do sample sale tomorrow?
That's up to you.
Well,
we've got to sort it all out.
We've got a choice. We can either do some sort of corduroy-based make, or we can do samples. So
let's do samples tomorrow, corduroy Wednesday.
Okay. All right, then we'll do that. All right, then, everybody, we've got some sorting to do. So, like I say, when these are gone, they're gone. I can't get any more for at least 3 weeks. And I say at least 3 weeks, and then there's the printing time on top of the order time. So,
yes.
You're looking at least a month. So, if you order them now, great, you'll get them because they should be here today, as long as they can get down the lane. But the guy that's doing the lane resurfacing for us, because we live down a single track lane, did say that he would take in any post for us. That's how it goes. That's how it goes.
Love that.
So yeah, I think I've got all bases covered, one way or another. I love this. All right, everybody. Thank you ever so much. Sorry for the overshare, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. It's just how life goes over here. Take care. Lots of love. Bye.